Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So if you guys did not see my last video, it was all about the power of gratitude, and at the end of that video I gave a little bit of a channel introduction which said that this platform is all about creating awareness about topics that are impacting us deeply on an everyday basis, but we do not talk about them because they're not so common, and about things that genuinely help all of us, that makes everyone's lives better and creates a change, a positive change in our lives as well. So one of the things that has impacted me so much in the past few months, I want to say, is meditation. So initially I had heard that a lot of successful people meditate a lot, and they wake up at 5 a.m. and all these morning routines of the most highly successful people, a lot of them incorporated meditation. And so I was really fascinated and I really wanted to try it out for myself. तो इसीलिए मैंने बहुत सारे different guided meditations practice करना शुरू की, and they kind of I realized that the most important thing is to confront myself without any external source, like no guided meditations, but just me with my thoughts, just sitting down and doing nothing. That's what I wanted to do. And I thought कि ये बहुत easy होएगा, because you know how hard can just like sitting and doing nothing be. लेकिन जब मैंने actually initially meditation practice करना शुरू की, तो it was one of the hardest things that I ever had done before. So the reason why this meditation was so hard is because हम हमेशा अपने आप को distract करने की कोशिश करते हैं. All the time we have either like music playing, or we have a friend that we're going out with, or we're watching a movie, or आजकल तो there's so much content online, and we're used to like constantly being externally stimulated by different people, different thoughts, different we're never like just facing our own selves. And I know that a lot of people think that meditation is really easy, but once you kind of just sit down and close your eyes and are just there with your own thoughts, it can be really daunting, because there's just so much going on in your mind that you do not focus on, but instead you kind of constantly distract yourself with so many other things. So now that you're finally facing all of these thoughts and all of these feelings that start coming up, it is an experience on its own. So मेरे साथ initially ये हुआ था कि I started off with a very small time limits. Like when I just started meditation, I basically would only meditate for about 15 minutes. I started off with 15 minutes, and that like 15 minutes at that point seemed like never ending, because when you start meditating, it is almost as if there's an itch that you get, like you just want to stop and continue with the pattern of distracting yourself and falling into the ego driven world where we are not really trying to get to know who am I, which is the most important question. But we are always identifying ourselves with different things, with our possessions, with so many things to buy, so many places to eat, so many people to meet. And this time is so important that we need to give to ourselves, but we don't. So the question that arises is, why do you need to start meditating? And you know how we identify ourselves with our thoughts. हमें लगता है कि हम अपनी सारी जो हमें constantly सुबह से लेकर रात तक जो भी thoughts हमारे mind में आ रही होती हैं, हम उनसे अपने आप को identify करते हैं. And उससे होता ये है कि we take our thoughts very very seriously. And with meditation you will start treating your thoughts like a child, like children, because how jab we meet children and they say something stupid, or they say something that's not to be given a lot of attention to, we kind of dismiss them kindly, and we're just like, okay, we just let them go, because they're children. And so similarly, our thoughts are sometimes very, very strange. We bring ourselves anxious thoughts, thoughts that don't serve us. But we constantly do that and we take them so seriously. So when you meditate, you realize the madness that goes on in your brain. And you start taking your thoughts like they're supposed to be taken, which is like children. So now suddenly you are the one that has access to give either power and energy to a thought and manifest it into the real world, or to absolutely let a thought come and go without creating a lot of fuss about it or taking it too seriously. And even though that sounds like a very small thing, it is a major change that can bring a lot of satisfaction to our lives. So since I've started meditating, I have become more aware, more observant of the things around me. I find myself observing and noticing the smallest things, like how if there's negative energy in a room, if there has been a tense environment, if I enter that room and nobody says anything, I can still feel the energy that's coming from that room that already lets me know. I have become more in touch with myself. I know what I'm feeling. I give presence to my body, because normally we're never even present in our body, which is so sad. We live from our heads up, and that is really, really upsetting. So meditation just makes you slow down a lot. It makes you more aware of the things, of the smallest things around you, which is just amazing. And while all these things are true, I have to tell you that meditation is not something that's going to be super fun in the beginning. It's not going to be something pleasant. It's definitely something that's difficult. It brings a lot of discomfort. It makes, when you're like in a situation like where there's a lot of people and somebody says something that kind of pinches you a little bit, and you get this like itch to react to them. This is the same itch you feel in meditation when you want to stop and you want to, you want to just like stop this practice. But then you kind of keep on going and you stop reacting to this itch that you get. You go beyond that. You acknowledge and observe your body kind of, going into this very constricted state, and then you notice yourself coming out of it. And you are just the observer. You are not the one that's reacting. You're the one that's witnessing everything. I also noticed that when I did not practice meditation, I would kind of get irritated with people very easily. I would take what they said to my heart. I would, just like get upset on really small things. I would easily get into arguments with people that I didn't agree with. And I just felt this like very feeling of unease and discomfort in the background of everything, like every single day. And with meditation, it has just made me so much more calm, and it has just allowed me to be accepting of the people and of the concepts that I don't personally agree with. And it has made me become more accepting of all these things. Okay, so अब मैं आपको बताऊंगी कि मैं meditation कैसे करती हूँ, basically how I meditate. And that is that I basically just sit down on my bed and I just kind of close my eyes. I sit in that meditation pose, and I just first of all start focusing on my breath. After a little while, I focus on this very, very kind of thin voice. This like, when when there's no voice in the room, you can like feel this sound of silence. I will start observing that, and I will just then observe my thoughts, witness my thoughts, and just really be aware and be present of my body. And you can start doing this for like 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever you feel comfortable with, and then increase this in increments. I'm thinking of doing a video where I try meditating for 1 hour every day, because right now I meditate for like 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and I think that'd be really interesting. So yeah, I do meditate in like that pose and close my eyes and observe my thoughts. But that does not mean that that's the only way to meditate. You can be very aware of your breath and present while doing the smallest tasks. And that is also considered to be meditation, which I feel like after sitting down and forcing myself to become more slow, to slow down, I feel like when I'm doing the smallest tasks, it kind of is surprising how much more aware of every small little detail I am. It's crazy. You know, from the time that we wake up in the morning to the time that we go to bed, we are constantly just like running around, having loads of thoughts, doing so many different activities. And we do not realize that we need to take out some time for ourselves, to ask this body that works for us 24/7, what are you feeling? To calm this mind and to be aware and present in our own selves. So with meditation, I promise you that even though it's going to be very uncomfortable in the beginning, if done consistently, this is going to be so much impactful in the rest of your life. Do not forget to tell me about your experiences and your journey if you do practice meditation. So subscribe to my channel, like this video if you enjoyed it or learned something, and make sure that you guys follow me on Instagram at Simply Soulful Blog. And you can message me and tell me how you've been doing and if your meditation practice is similar to mine. Okay, bye. I'll see you guys in my next video.